Alright everybody, today we're diving into a 4PI analysis of a real account that I'm actually managing to show you how to look at your numbers in a way that actually matters. And we're going to debunk 3 KPIs that everybody says is really important. Today, we're going to get rid of ego and start making money. I'm going to teach you how to be a growth marketer instead of chasing performance that makes you look good right up until you're out of a job. Alright, let's dive into it. Okay, so hold on to your hat, folks. Today, we're gonna tear down some pretty strong pillars of advertising wisdom and expose some of the illusions behind those numbers, plus teach you what you should be looking at. Are we living in a matrix of misleading metrics? Yeah. So let's unveil all of this on the screen. I'm gonna share my screen, show you a lot of fun stuff today, and we're gonna break it down step by step. But first, let's take a break and then dive into it. So I know you love these videos, so don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss anything in the series. And up here, you'll see this little fun QR code. That is a link to the Facebook Ads MBA program. You can scan it and check that all out. If you like this type of information and you want to really apply and go much deeper, there's nothing better for you to invest in than that. If you're a $3 million business, a $10 million business, and you want to 2x, 5x in the next 12 months, that's totally possible. If you're sick and tired of hiring ad agencies that clearly don't know what they're talking about and don't give a damn about you, that's the perfect solution. If you're a media buyer that wants to start earning like 6 figures part-time and you're sick and tired of your ad agency charging people $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month for an account they pay you $1,500 for and slave wages feels like a bad idea, that's the perfect link for you. Alright, that all said, let's dive into 4PI analysis because this is essential learning for everything. By the way, down in the description below, you'll see a link for this wonderful Disruptor School shirt. Okay, let's get to it. So today we're going to dissect 3 KPIs that far too many people think actually have value. Cost per click, or CPC, hook rate, and ROAS. So first, cost per click. This is known as the heartbeat of digital advertising. And this basically represents how much does it cost to get a click from an ad for somebody to go to your website. But is cheaper always better? Or is it even a sign of anything of value at all? Next, we're going to talk about hook rate. This is the magnet of your ad. It measures how effectively does your ad capture somebody's attention and get them to want to watch more. It's the spark that ignites your viewer's interest. But is a captivating start actually a guarantee of any promising return? Nope. And of course, ROAS. This is the triumphant measurement that everybody seems to be chasing, showing the revenue for every dollar spent, which clearly has value because you should know if you give me $1, I'll give you 2. But is it actually a real barometer of your ad success? Not even close. Now, why are these KPIs placed on a pedestal? They're perceived as the navigators for people steering their ship to make decisions online, and also how marketers measure the value of their work. But what if none of that was actually true when it comes to the bank account of the business? So today we're gonna, again, share my screen. I'm gonna show you the 4 metrics that actually matter. We're gonna do a live 4PI analysis, and you're gonna see that all of the actionable insight to help us legitimately move a business forward. And I'm taking metrics from about a month ago, and I'll actually be able to tell you what happened with the decisions that we're making so that you can understand what the future looks like. And this is gonna be super fun because, again, those metrics that we talked about earlier don't mean anything. They come from a place of trying to prove worth when actual value isn't tied to the bank account. But today we're actually gonna talk about how to make sustainable growth with projectable results and optimizing not only the creative testing strategy, but actually even understanding what problems your test should solve and how to plan for the impact that that will have on the future of your business. So that being said, let's just pull up this ad account and start taking a look. All right, so if we take a look at this ad account over here, we're gonna see that this is from the very beginning of September. And what we have here is a classic 1 campaign setup, right? We have a control ad set and 2 dynamic creatives. Our control ad set here is called our control consolidated, and you can see that it's extremely strong. And this is a problem that I see a lot of people have. My control ad set is so strong, I legitimately can't spend on anything else. What am I supposed to do? So let's solve that problem today. Now, the metrics we're looking at here is spend. So let's show the spend column. Awesome. Now here we can see one of these has gotten $12,000 and the other ones are struggling to spend even like $100 a day. Now what that tells us is the portfolio of assets and the control consolidated is very well balanced, and the data behind them is very strong. So the money that they earn is very consistent. And if you see it, that money's actually going up every couple of days. We're scaling this thing about 5% every 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Legitimately how I tell you to do everything, I'm legitimately doing it. Full transparency, this ad account was at about $500 a day in June, and it's close to now about $100,000 a month. So you deserve that kind of success. Here's more on how we did it. Following this process is exactly what we did to achieve those kinds of results. So let's show the second column here. It's CPM. Now, this is telling us roughly what's going on with these ads. Now, we can see the ads that spent a ton of money, well, their CPMs are lower, and the ads that spent less money, the CPMs are higher. So what does a higher CPM mean? Generally speaking, CPM is a great way to understand how Facebook is treating your content. A lower CPM means that ad is giving a larger number of people a better experience on the platform, so it's giving you a lower tax to access more people. And that really colors the next column, so let's show it. Frequency. Now, frequency is how often is somebody seeing an ad. And what's great here is we can see that the frequency matches the CPM and what we would expect these ads to do. So let's break that down real quick. This is broad. This is legitimately everybody over the age of 18 in the United States. What this is showing us is that the ads that earned the most spend have the lowest CPM and the lowest frequency. So those ads, they're top of funnel. If we look at it, even on the day where that ad set spent like $2,000 or more, at max, what, 15% of people saw an ad more than once? That's pretty good. That's basically the threshold for top of funnel. 1.15 is the threshold before top of funnel becomes mid funnel. 1.15 to 1.25, well, that's more mid, and anything more often than 1.25 is like 25, 30%, 40%, 50%, 100% of people seeing your ad more than once. That's basically a bottom funnel straight retargeting ad. So immediately, what we can understand just by looking at this is that our control environment is sitting at the top of the funnel. It's more effective at driving top of funnel traffic than the other two dynamic creatives, which, by the way, is by design, because we've launched these other two dynamic creatives very specifically to find ads that fit lower in the funnel, because what we want to do is improve the fourth metric. So let's show that. CPA, our efficiency. Now, if you notice, the ads that spend the most money also don't necessarily have the best cost per result. You might say, well, Facebook is stupid. Why is it spending so much money on ads that are worse? Because it's top of funnel. And what we're doing here is we're actually saying, look, this is a fairly consistent result, right? Roughly speaking, we're coming in the low 30s, and we can scale from 1,800 to 2,200 in the matter of just 7 days. And basically that CPA more or less stays the same. And while we're spending more money, our CPMs are going up, which is to be expected, because as we spend more money, Facebook initially is going to show those ads to sort of some of the same people before it figures out who to show it to and then expand the breadth of that delivery. And we're also seeing, as a result of the CPMs going up, hey look, the frequency is also going up. Why? Because it's showing those ads to the same people to figure out who likes those ads more, so they can then take that information and go broader with it. And ultimately, our focus here is to become more efficient as we spend more money at the top of the funnel to scale all other marketing channels, because we're trying to grow this business. We're not trying to make Facebook look as good as possible. We want Facebook to look as good as we can at amplifying the rest of the business, which is what's really important. Instead, we could go off of cost capture Advantage Plus, and the frequency number might be in the 1.3s, 1.4s, and the CPM would be a lot worse. And basically, our CPA would look phenomenal, but our search volume would crater. Our organic direct traffic would plummet. Our email revenue from new signups would basically just drop off the face of the earth. That's not good. Making your least effective channel that's designed to amplify the entire business more effective, more efficient, basically means you're gonna starve all of the other more efficient pieces. Don't take the volume knob and also try to make it everything else in the funnel. That's where most marketers that are Facebook first, they need to show us results right away, or you're gonna fire them because their ad agency's making false promises. That's where they go wrong. because their motives have nothing to do with the growth of your business. Their motives have to do with, please don't fire me. And that's why the advice they give is also coming from the point of how to not get fired, which is basically how to look better on paper until people realize the reason that their business is failing is because their growth marketers aren't growing the business. Now let's look at some of the results here, because we're getting some very telling things. Now, a little bit of color behind this real quick. Like I said, the ads in our control consolidated ad set, they're very good at basically in top of funnel. Hey, look, when we let them be, they're getting barely a 1.1. And that basically means that the ads inside of that, because there's about 5 ads in there, they're all sitting at a 1.02, 1.07, and combined, they're all kind of hitting the same person, maybe 15% of people more than once, max, at like 2,000 a day, which is up like over 20% in a week. Like, that's pretty good. Like, that's really good information. And for what it's worth, that number will round out and come back down because Facebook is understanding who is good, who is bad, that frequency will come back down. And more importantly, what we've done here is say, these are great. I want to reduce my cost of advertising on Facebook. I want to make Facebook slightly more efficient. Basically, we've solved the top of the funnel issue. It's great for us, but we're almost too top of funnel. Facebook is spending too much money at an efficiency that isn't quite good enough because, full transparency, the Google advertising here isn't as good as it should be. And full transparency, the email marketing team isn't really pulling their weight. Fun fact, the email marketing team, since these ads went live, is now no longer with the company. These kinds of things happen. So we have to understand what success for us looks like is now we can't amplify the rest of the business because some of that rest of that business isn't doing the job that it should. So we need to make Facebook look better. So as a way of doing that, we decided to launch 2 dynamic creatives that will index lower in the funnel by the type of creative they are and the messaging. And so first off, the way we've done that is one of these is a bunch of square image and really basing around the features and benefits of the product. Basically to say, you're already aware of who we are, you probably already know what we're doing. Let's overcome some objections based on quality and market fit and what this is gonna do for you, the features and benefits of the product. That, by the way, is the second one on this list. The bottom headset, by the way, is some founder videos that also intersplice some testimonials, basically saying, hey, you're interested in this thing, here's what other people have to say, in some attention-grabbing sort of way, so that we can kind of overcome some of your objections of like, does this work? Is it good value? Those kinds of things, and talk our way through it. We're basically running an image versus a video split test to see, does it earn spend? And if it does, what happens to the bottom line? Because ultimately we're trying to improve our overall efficiency across the entire marketing funnel. Now, if you look at this, when it comes to CPCs, we don't care. What has the best hook rate? Again, don't give a shit. What has the best hook rate? Well, not the static image, right? And what has the best ROAS? Well, the one that has the lowest CPA. Because our AOV is constant, because we're only running to one offer. Right, we have a hero offer. Now, if you're running ads to multiple offers, your ROAS is probably gonna be higher on the offer that has a better AOV. Not because it's any better for your business, but just because the margin is greater. That doesn't tell you anything. This is giving us actionable information. So let's dive even deeper. When we look at the 2 concepts that are being tested here, the images and the video, what we're seeing is that one of them is actually earning spend. Not only that, it's actually driving performance in a way that our test is trying to solve for. We're trying to run a test of, can we get something to earn spend and come in more efficiently? Now, it's checking all the boxes for us. It's earning spend, got it. The CPM, it's higher. Yeah, it should be. It's a retargeting ad. The frequency, it's higher. Yeah, because it's a retargeting ad. And the efficiency, it's higher. Yeah, it's a retargeting ad. This is hitting on all the things we want. And if you look at that in comparison with the control consolidated ad set, of course it earns spend, but the CPM is lower, the frequency is lower, and the efficiency is lower, meaning the CPA is higher. So now we have a clearly defined top of funnel thing where we said what we need to do is improve the bottom funnel or mid funnel of how Facebook is doing it. We tried 2 different things to do that. One of these things did a lot better than the other. And it's looking like it's doing so in a fairly consistent way. Like it's driving a sale every single day. it's earning spend at a fairly consistent rate, right? Like it's earning enough to drive several sales a day. Now, if we were to speed ahead, we would see that this actually earned more and more spend. It got to the point where it's spending upwards of $500 a day and brought the CPA down by over 10%. Because we're trying to solve the problem of our portfolio in the control consolidated. Now, a little bit of secrets here. Inside that control consolidated, we did have an ad that was more or less a retargeting ad. As we launched these two concepts, that ad that was in the control consolidated that was more of a retargeting ad than a top of funnel got less and less spend. The spend that was earned by these two concepts came at the expense of that control ad, which means it's doing the job of that control ad better than that control ad is doing it. And we can see which one is doing a better job, which means we now have actionable insight. So let's take some action with all this information. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the one that's just not earning spend, because ultimately we needed to find a retargeting ad that worked better than the one that we had, that earned spend and brought down our overall cost. Done. Then we're gonna let this thing run for longer and just see what does it do, because ultimately our focus here was to drive sales for under 35 bucks, which means we're there. We're doing that job. And if you look at what results look like without the retargeting ad, well, we were hovering right around 40, sometimes over that, right? There's like a $42 day in there. And to be fair, there are better days, but it's pretty volatile. Having the other ad in there helped out. And really, we got more stable because the retargeting ad in the control ad set got less spend, and the DCT that did that job did it better and earned all of the spend from basically the same player. Now, if we were to fast forward, what we've ultimately done is this retargeting ad. This retargeting ad helped us raise the budget to a little over $4,000. And now what we've done is we've reached some level of overall efficiency that we were able to drive with this mix. So we took the best post ID of this DCT, dropped it into our control ad set, and then launched another test to see, can we find another mid-funnel ad that doesn't look like the one that we did solve for? We got the image one. Let's try to find a video that can do that so we have an alternative. That is currently what we're working on right now. And I'll let you know, version 3 of that test is live, and we've got one that's coming in the low 20s. And it's now earning a couple $100s a day. And the average cost for this business, while we've nearly doubled the daily spend in 30 days, yet again, because we had a 97% increase in August, it's down 15%. These are the things you need to worry about. If you're trying to analyze your ad account, these are the only 4 metrics that matter. That is a 4PI analysis. That's how you're supposed to manage your Facebook ads. That is the path to success. If you have any questions about this stuff, hey, go ahead down below, ask me all of them. I'm here to help out. Let me know if you'd like me to feature your brand in a future one of these. And remember, you can pick up one of these great shirts down below in the link. And one more time, there is the QR code if you want to check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. I highly suggest you do it. Scanning that QR code doesn't mean you have to buy it, just brings you to a long form VSL so that you can see if the MBA program is right for you. And with that being said, thank you so much. I know you can be literally anywhere on the internet right now, and you've chosen to be here, and for that I want to say thank you. My ultimate goal is to help you be self-sufficient and independent and successful. And if you keep following the stuff that we talk about here, you're going to achieve that. And if at some point it becomes overwhelming or you feel like you've reached the limit of what you can do, you can always reach out for more help. And shout out to CharleyBot.ai, CharleyBot.ai, bot.ai. If you have any questions, you can just go there and ask for free. And with that being said, I'll see you on the internet.